Welcome to the home of the land where we give you the latest and greatest news in the world of sports. In this episode, we're diving into some hot topics. The Dallas Cowboys' heart-breaking wild card loss to the Green Bay Packers. Sacramento Kings head coach Mike Brown's controversial comments on NBA referees and a major commitment from five-star recruit VJ Edgecombe to Baylor University. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just love keeping up with the latest sports news, this is the place for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Let's get into it. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the home of the land. I'm your host, Mr. Titus J. Cleveland. And like the tease mentioned at the start of the show, we got some hot topics today. So let's not waste no time and let's get right into it, shall we? And we're going to start off with them Cowboys, man. How about them Cowboys? I mean, Stephen A. Smith was having a field day. Well, he was having a field day from, last night to this morning. And it's his famous line, man. What can go wrong will go wrong. And last night, a lot of things went wrong. Man, the mighty Dallas Cowboys, man, they pranced their way into this year's playoffs with confidence at the highest level in the world, boasting the top offense in the NFL. But guess what? Guess what happened? Another postseason nightmare for America's team, man. Yes, the Green Bay Packers, a 7th seed, beat the brakes off a second-ranked Cowboys team at AT&T Stadium by a whopping score of 48-32. And let me tell you, this wasn't just a ordinary, victory, or we weren't surprised by, the Packers winning this game. Well, some were surprised. But what I was more surprised of, how easily they dismantled this Dallas defense and shut down that potent offense and Dak Prescott, even though he threw, for, over 300 yards. They could not do anything, that offense. And to make it even worse, okay, the Packers did all of this on the Cowboys' home turf, where America's team, yes, America's team, had been undefeated all season long. Can you believe that? All right. Now, the Green Bay Packers now, they have more playoff wins at AT&T Stadium, the home of the Dallas Cowboys, than the Cowboys themselves. Damn, that's sad. And I ain't forget about you, Jerry. I ain't forget about you, Jerry. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, the man that was left speechless after such a wild card loss. I mean, he couldn't even bring himself to discuss the future of head coach Mike McCarthy or quarterback Dak Prescott. I mean, he just couldn't. He was stunned, had a loss for words, and that's very rare for Jerry Jones. If you've been accustomed of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones likes to get things off his chest. Not last night. I mean, but can you blame him though? McCarthy, who has been with the Cowboys for the past 3 seasons now, got into the playoffs. And this is the second time that they lost their playoff opener at home. I mean, like last year, Dak Prescott had one of his best games ever, leading the Cowboys to a victory over Tampa Bay. But then what happened? What happened the very next game? They went on to lose to the 49ers in that divisional round. I mean, it's starting to feel like a curse, isn't it? Like it just feels like it's a black cat that black cat that Stephen A. loves to talk about. It feels like it may be true. Okay. Here's the worst part though. Here's the kicker though. Here's the kicker. The Cowboys are the first team to win at least 12 games in 3 consecutive playoff seasons and not make it to the conference title game. I mean, damn. Seriously? That's just plain unlucky if you ask me. And when Jerry Jones was asked about meeting with McCarthy, he said, and I quote, "I have nothing said." I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, Jerry Jones didn't think he was losing to this game. He's going to lose to this Green Bay Packers team. No one thought it. So in Jerry's mind, he's not even thinking about having to sit down with Mike McCarthy. He was thinking, all right, we're going to go over this game against the Packers and we're going to move forward from that. Hear me out, y'all. I think we all know it by now, but Jerry Jones is about to pull the trigger and fire Mr. Mike McCarthy. The days are coming. In upcoming days, Mike McCarthy will most likely be gone and out of a job in the next couple of days. And who do you think he's going to bring in for the new head coaching position? Now, I think that they should go after the one and only Mr. Bill Belichick. Now, before y'all start losing your minds, hear me out, okay? I know there's a big difference between the two personalities, the two wild personalities, and I can already hear the grumblings in the Cowboys locker room. But let me tell you something. This isn't no ordinary substitution. It's basically a match made in heaven. All right. Well, maybe not in heaven, but definitely a match made in pure chaos. All right. Think about it. Jerry Jones, a larger than life owner who's all about the flashy billionaire lifestyle, joining forces with Belichick, the stern, no nonsense guru of a football strategies. It's like mixing water with oil, y'all. I mean, some of what y'all might be thinking is like, but wait a minute, Titus. How are these two gonna work together without destroying that whole damn team? Now, it's true. Jerry doesn't have the best track record when it comes to, raising that shiny Lombardi trophy in D-Town. Some folks might say that there is a bad omen over there in D-Town, like that black cat that Stephen A's been talking about. And I ain't saying I don't believe in superstitions, but sometimes it's hard to ignore the coincidences, So I'm gonna ask Cowboys fans. I got a bold question for y'all, okay? Do y'all think it's time that the billionaire owner, Mr. Jerry Jones, needs to relinquish his tight grip of that team and hand over the reins to the great Bill Belichick if he is the next person in line for that head coaching position? Okay. Do you think Jerry Jones should just give the keys to Bill Belichick if he actually wants a Super Bowl title? If he wants a shot to winning the Super Bowl, do you think that's possible? Because I'm like, well, in all honesty, I respect Jerry Jones, his flashy lifestyle, living like a king, surrounded by his precious Cowboys. But let's be real here, folks. When was the last time that y'all made it to that big game and held up that Lombardi trophy? It's been too damn long, y'all. And I definitely got the team. I got the talent to get y'all there, but y'all ain't got no leader. All right. Dak Prescott, great player, nice guy, nice human being. He ain't no leader as far as that I'm concerned. Okay. He can't galvanize guys to make them truly believe that they can get it done. Y'all need a leader, a genius, a mastermind, someone who eats, sleeps, and breathes football. Okay. So maybe it's time for Jerry Jones to take a step back, like a true like a true owner, and let a true football guru like Bill Belichick, no matter what y'all want to say about how he ended his time in New England, how he pushed Tom Brady out, the man knows football. Okay, the man knows how to coach. Okay, I mean, could you imagine the possibility America's team with Bill Belichick as their head coach? I mean, could you say unstoppable? I can't be the only one envisioning that scenario. I mean, I can't. And let's not forget, he's achieved, Bill Belichick I'm talking about, he's achieved what Jones hasn't in a very long time. And that's multiple Super Bowl victories. So what y'all say, Cowboys Nation? Tell Mr. Jerry Jones to put his ego aside for the greater good and bring home that long-awaited Super Bowl trophy? Because Jerry, I'll tell you, step aside and hand the keys to Bill Belichick. And I promise you, you won't regret it. All right, moving on, man. We're going to move on to the next topic, and that is the Milwaukee Bucks, man. Shocked the Sacramento Kings with a Damian Lillard buzzer-beating three-pointer in overtime. Bucks fans finally got to partake in that special Dame time celebration. And hey, guys, it only took about 40 games, but whatever, they got to participate in. All right, Lillard led the Bucks with 29 points, while Giannis Antetokounmpo announced a triple-double with 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Malik Beasley stepped up and provided good points, 23 points to be exact. And of course, Mr. Bobby Portis, he got in on the action, and he added 22 points on the night. But as great as that win was, and as nice it was to see Damian Lillard hit the game-winning shot, and have the fans and his teammates support him, that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about what happened post-game. and what happened during the press conference for the Sacramento Kings, because this is hilarious. And why I say it's hilarious, because in the post game, press conference, Sacramento head coach Mike Brown let loose, all right, and dissected a particular play that he was upset about, that the referee had missed the call. And he showed the entire press conference, the media. He broke it down on film. Okay, he brought out a laptop to pinpoint the exact moments during the game and highlighted the controversial foul call that sent Damian Lillard to the free throw line. Okay, Brown described it as incidental contact from De'Aaron Fox, and incidental contact from De'Aaron Fox on the screen, above the break. And this is not the same incident, but this is the second time in back-to-back weeks where head coaches have to call out the officials post game. Okay, we can go back last week when Toronto Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic, I want to make sure I'm saying that right, Rajakovic, who went on a rant after his team's loss to the Los Angeles Lakers. He didn't go that in depth. Brown didn't go that in depth and that emotional in the post game, but Brown highlighted the massive discrepancy in the free throws between the two teams. Same thing that Raptors head coach had mentioned to the media, the large discrepancy in free throws. Okay, coaches is getting to a point where they're expressing their frustration with these officials, and it's become sort of an icon, not just this week but last week. And we can't even forget the recent ejection from Jason Tatum a couple games ago when the Boston Celtics played against the Houston Rockets, and they destroyed them. Don't get me wrong, they took care of business, but Tatum voices displeasure after not receiving the foul call, resulting in a technical foul and then ultimately an ejection. This getting out of hand, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Listen up, yo. I'm getting sick and tired of these referees making mistakes and not being held responsible. Like every time a ref makes a damn call or a mistake on the court, what's the one thing that they fall back on? What's the one excuse that they normally say? Oh, they're just human. They make mistakes. Please, I call BS on that, bro. I call BS on that wholeheartedly, because the first time, yeah, it's understandable. It's a human mistake. The second time, all right, how could you miss it? But all right, we'll let you go. This ain't even a third, fourth, fifth. This is like the 15th, 16th time that we dealing with this. I could be wrong. It's probably higher than that. The number's probably higher than that. But it's BS. All right. And it's about time we demand some consistency and communication from these officials out there, man, because these bogus calls, like, they got to stop. And when they do screw up, they just brush it off like, it's nothing. Like, did you see the Tony Brothers explanation when he went to the scores table and had to explain the challenge being overturned, or something happened with the challenge, and his reaction was simply the Jordan shrug. I want to hear some explanations after the game. Like, nah, I can't have that. You feel me? Like, it's getting out of hand, bro. And I wasn't gonna say it, but now I am gonna say it. I'm pretty sure some of these refs are betting on these games, man. All right. I mean, with all the money that's involved in sports betting right now, in this day and age, you can bet your bottom dollar that some corruption's going on behind the scenes. All right. And it's time for the NBA to get your act together and start cracking down on these shady officials, because let's be real, bro. Let's be real. If we keep turning a blind eye and keep pushing these issues under the rug, it won't be long before we have another Tim Donahue scandal on our hands. Or yeah, I remember that scandal. I remember that mess. Okay, with the whole scandal with the gambling and cheating on games. All right, the NBA not trying to go through that again. Trust me, they're not trying to go through that again. Moving on, man. We're gonna move on to the last topic of today, and that is Mr. VJ Edgecombe, man, the shooting guard, the number 5th player in the 2024 recruiting class, has committed to none other than Baylor. Didn't see that one coming. All right, I'll be honest, man. But VJ, man, Edgecombe picked Baylor as the team that he will be furthering his basketball career with collegiately. This past Sunday at the Springfield Hoop Hall Classic, I just can't get over it. This dude picked the Bears over the Duke Blue Devils. I can't believe that. All right. But props to you, man. Congrats to going to that next level. You're going to do your thing. But the 6'5" prospect all the way from Bahamas is now Baylor's 4th recruit and their second 5-star player in the class of 2024. And you better believe that, you know, with this move puts the Bears in the top 5 class nationally and gives them the best recruiting class in the new and improved Big 12. Now, let me tell y'all, Edgecombe has been on the rise, all right, since last spring. This guy practically went from being unranked to being a top 10 player. All right, now that takes dedication, discipline, and complete utter focus. All right, hailing all the way from Long Island Lutheran, New York. Okay, got to represent New York, of course. This dude was the leading scorer in the NIBC, arguably the best high school basketball league in the country last season, with a solid 17.3 points per game to go alongside 5.3 rebounds and 2.5 assists. Edgecombe is a dynamic athlete, all right? He puts hella pressure on defenses, both in the transition and when he attacks the basket. And check this, his mid-range game, it's on point, all right? He can elevate over defenders and consistently drain that shot. Now, don't get me wrong, his outside jumper could use some work. All right. It ain't nothing special. Shooting below average from the 3-point line, around 30% from 3 on 6 of 20 attempts. But you know what? He's still growing and he's still improving his game. Plus, he's already in the top 15 in assists per game and top 22 in assists to turnover ratio. Man, like that's some impressive stuff. All right. To be where you at right now, and he's still got room to grow. That's impressive. All right. And let me tell you, nobody hones in on developing guards other than, I say, Kentucky and Coach John Calipari. Other than them, no one hones in on developing guards like them Bears out in Baylor. Okay, for real, Baylor has been putting guards on that next level, putting them on the map for years now, and that's probably the reason why Edgecombe decided to commit to Baylor over Duke University. But listen up, bro. The Bears, I'm being real, man. The Bears have been producing some serious talent, you know, in the past couple of years. Some of these guys that's been in the league right now, some being Davion Mitchell, who's playing for the Sacramento Kings, and Keontae George, who's doing his thing up in Utah. Okay, that's no small feat. All right, and it ain't often that Baylor usually swoops in and snags a recruit over, you know, the highly scouted, highly touted Duke University. But let me tell you something. With their track record and success with guards, it's hard to pass up on the Bears. And when Edgecombe steps on the floor, steps on the court, he's going to take over for Walter's spot and be that main option for Scott Drew's offense. Now, if you ask me, that's a damn good opportunity. And he's definitely going to take advantage of every opportunity that he's given. But that's a wrap, folks. Keep an eye out on VJ Edgecombe because he's going to leave his mark on the college level, man, collegiate level. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content just like this. I'm your host, Titus J. Cleveland, man, and I'll see you guys real soon. Peace out.